precisely 1:15. This is the news on Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Edited by Catherine Pereira. Read by Sabrina Zawahir. First, the headlines. The media minister says that the government allocates 7 billion rupees for 1.4 million families who were affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Measures will be taken to conduct university academic next week. It has been emphasized that steps have been taken to fill vacancies in the state sector. The government has implemented a special health program for the people working in construction sites. 62 more arrested for violating quarantine regulations. And in world news, Saudi Arabia denies Crown Prince held secret meeting with Israeli Prime Minister. Now the local news in detail. Minister Keheli Rambukwala says that 7 billion rupees has been allocated to provide concessions to 1.4 million families who were affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. He made this remark participating at a media briefing held at the Information Department today. The government is acting in utmost way with the face of COVID-19 challenges. The development move of the government is being carried out successfully. Therefore, he emphasizes that the need of working without narrow political mileage. Participating in the briefing, Secretary to the Ministry of Education, Professor Kapila Pereira, said that priority will be given for the safety of children in schools. There are 4.5 million children in school network. The main objective of the government is to provide systematic education to the school children. At present, the arrival of children to schools is at 96%. Chairman of the University Grants Commission, Professor Sampath Amrutunga, said at a media briefing the university network in the country is now being implemented. All academic activities of the universities will be conducted through online. Measures will also be taken to introduce the conducting of examinations next week. Preparations have also been made to enroll new students for universities online. Today is the second day of the Budget Working Committee meeting in Parliament. The vote on account of State Ministries of State Service, Provincial Council and Local Government Ministry, National Heritage, Performance and Art and Artist Promotion activities were taken up for debate today. Joining the debate, Minister Janaka Bandara said the government has taken measures to strengthen the government service. He said 49,000 graduates were recruited and directed them for training in order to strengthen the rural development activities. Measures have also been taken to fill vacancies in the state service. In addition, utmost dedication will be carried to strengthen the local government institutions. This news is brought to you by Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999.
Continuing local news, Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva said that the government has implemented a special health program for the people working in construction sites. The health committee in this regard has been appointed. The minister also pointed the need of maintaining the service, giving priority to the health guidelines. All factories will be inspected under the guidance of the Commissioner General of Labour. At present, 12,000 migrant workers have arrived in the island and around 48,000 workers are expected to arrive in the island. The minister made these remarks in participating at the Subharati program of the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation today. Joining the program, the Commissioner General of Labour, Prabhat Chandrakirti, said that the employer and the employees should follow the health guidelines by safeguarding the social distance. The police have arrested 62 more people who violated quarantine regulations within the last 24 hours. Police spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana said the arrestees had failed to maintain social distancing and wearing of the face mask in public. Thereby, the total number of quarantine regulation violators arrested by the police since the 30th of October has increased to 527. He further said that the police expect to file cases against these arrestees under quarantine law. Travel restrictions are still effective in 18 police divisions within Colombo and Gampaha districts. With that, we conclude the local news. The main news story follows.
An important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya.
The National Operations Centre for the Prevention of COVID-19 had identified 337 positive cases by this morning. The 189 positive cases were detected from the Colombo district. The overall infected persons from the Minuangoda and Paliagoda fish market cluster is 16,974. Out of this number, 10,691 persons have left the hospital after fully recovering. The centre also stated that the number of COVID-19 infected persons reported from the country is 20,507. Sri Lanka has reported 3 more COVID-19 related deaths, bringing the total death toll in the country to 90. The Director General of Government Information confirmed 2 women and a man have succumbed to the virus in this manner. That was our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
In Watchlight, the people of Galle district complain that the internal transport service in Tavalama, Hinidowa and Badagama are not functioned systematically. Therefore, this has caused difficulties to the day-to-day activities of the people in the area. They request the Provincial Transport Ministry to take measures to strengthen the transport service in these areas. That was Watchlight. A bulletin of world news follows. The headlines of the world news. Saudi Arabia denies Crown Prince held secret meeting with Israeli Prime Minister. Chinese spacecraft sets off on moon sample quest. US agency allows Biden transition to begin. The world news now in detail. Saudi Arabia's foreign minister has denied that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu flew to the Gulf Kingdom on Sunday to secretly meet Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. No such meeting occurred, Prince Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud tweeted. Mr. Netanyahu has declined to comment on the Israeli reports that he was on board on a private jet that travelled from Tel Aviv to the Red Sea city of Neam. It would be the first known meeting between leaders of the historical foes. US President Donald Trump has been pressing them to normalize relations after brokering deals between Israel and the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Sudan in recent months. China has launched a mission to try to retrieve rock samples from the moon. Its robotic Shana E-5 spacecraft departed from the Wenchang launch complex on a Long March 5 rocket early on Tuesday morning, local time, and if successful should return to Earth in mid-December. It's more than 40 years since the Americans and the Soviets brought home lunar rock and soil for analysis. China aims to be only the third country to achieve this feat, which will be an extremely complex endeavor. It's a multi-step process that involves an orbiter, a lander-ascender, and finally a return component that uses a capsule to survive a fast and hot entry into Earth's atmosphere at the end of the mission. A key U.S. government agency has given President-elect Joe Biden formal arrival to begin his transition to the White House. The move by the U.S. General Services Administration unlocks funding for the incoming administration. It also allows Biden and the Vice President-elect Kamala Harris access to regular national security briefings. In a tweet, President Donald Trump said that GSA Administrator Emily Murphy and her team should do what needs to be done with regard to initial protocols. He said he had instructed officials in his administration to do the same. With that, we end the foreign news and the headlines of the world news once again. Saudi Arabia denies Crown Prince held secret meeting with Israeli Prime Minister. Chinese spacecraft sets off on moon sample quest. U.S. agency allows Biden transition to begin. That concludes the world news. Next up is the development news. Taking a look at the development news, State Minister Pial Nishanta de Silva says that utmost measures will be taken to develop infrastructure facilities in preschools and schools. The objective of this move is to provide quality education to the child's future generation. He said the government spends a large sum of money in this regard. That was development news. Sports news follows. In sports news, the inaugural of the LPL tournament will be conducted online on Thursday at Surya Weber Mahinda Rajapaksa International Stadium, making a new beginning of the Sri Lanka cricket. Director of the LPL and the Deputy Chairman of Sri Lanka Cricket Institute, Ravin Vikramaratna, says that the tournament will officially open by Sports Minister Namal Rajapaksa. He said it is also expected to unveil the trophy of the tournament to be presented to the victory team of the IPL. That came to you in our sports news. Business news follows.
Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. NSV Wings, recharge the high goals.
Business news, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Business news. A Korean entrepreneur has won the business rights to a cable car project in Kandy. The entrepreneur is 71-year-old Sky Asia chairman Yoo Sun-ha. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, the construction will begin next year and the cable car is expected to open by the end of 2022. It will connect 2.2 kilometers from downtown Kandy and Hantana Mountain. A total of $35 million will be invested in the project. That ends Business News.
Business news, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSV Wings, recharge the high goals.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
The upcoming Sri Lanka Economic Virtual Summit 2020 is prepared to host a lineup of contemporary dialogues under this year's theme, Roadmap for Takeoff, Driving a People-Centric Economic Revival. Day 2 of the event will commence with a session dedicated towards a focal topic on efficient government and progressive state enterprises. This session will emphasize on the role that the government and its institutions, enterprises will need to play in driving the economic recovery. That was Economic News.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Finally, it's a look at the weather report. The Met Department says the deep depression over southwest Bay of Bengal lays centered to the northeast of Trincomalee coast about 280 kilometers. It is very likely to intensify into a cyclonic storm during next 12 hours and into a severe cyclonic storm during subsequent 12 hours. It is expected to move northwestwards and cross Tamil Nadu coast during next 48 hours. Under the influence of this system, very strong gusty winds, 60 to 70 kilometers per hour, can be expected in eastern, northern and north-central provinces. Strong gusty winds, 40 to 50 kilometers per hour, can be expected elsewhere. Cloudy skies can be expected over northern, north-central and northwestern provinces and in Trincomalee district. Showers or thundershowers will occur at times in northern, north-central provinces and in Trincomalee district. Heavy falls above 100 millimeters are likely at some places. Several spells of showers will occur in western, northwestern and Sabrakamur provinces. That was the weather report, and prior to concluding this bulletin of news, the headlines once again. The media minister says that the government allocates 7 billion rupees for 1.4 million families who were affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Measures will be taken to conduct university academic next week. It has been emphasized that steps have been taken to fill vacancies in the state sector. The government has implemented a special health program for the people working in construction sites. 62 more arrested for violating quarantine regulations.